Welcome to CinePreviewHub, your go-to destination for exciting movie recaps. In the year 1926, New York City is filled with a vibrant mix of cultures, towering skyscrapers, and a hidden layer of magic that most no-mice remain unaware of. The wizarding world, however, is experiencing increasing unrest, with mysterious dark forces wreaking havoc in different parts of the city. These disturbances have led to growing tension between the magical and non-magical communities, as wizards and witches strive to keep their world a secret. In the midst of this chaotic atmosphere, a British zoologist named Newt arrives by ship at the city's port. Newt is an eccentric and passionate wizard, dedicated to studying magical creatures and ensuring their protection. He carries with him a seemingly ordinary leather suitcase, but it contains an entire world of magical creatures, each with its own special habitat. His mission is to rescue and study these beasts, hoping to change the way wizards perceive them. As Newt walks through the busy streets of New York, his curiosity gets the better of him. He observes the no-mice and their way of life, noticing the stark differences from the wizarding society he knows. However, things quickly go awry when one of his creatures, a mischievous niffler, manages to escape from the suitcase. The niffler, drawn to shiny objects, scampers into a nearby bank, causing chaos as it tries to collect as many coins and jewels as possible. Newt rushes into the bank in pursuit of the niffler, creating a spectacle as he tries to capture the creature without exposing magic to the no-mice. During the commotion, he bumps into Jacob, a friendly no-mage baker who is at the bank seeking a loan to start his bakery. Jacob, completely unaware of the magical world, is confused and startled by the strange events unfolding before his eyes. In the chaos, Jacob accidentally picks up Newt's enchanted suitcase, mistaking it for his own. After a brief yet intense chase, Newt manages to capture the niffler, but he quickly realizes that Jacob has taken his suitcase. Newt tracks down Jacob to his apartment, only to find that Jacob has inadvertently opened the suitcase. Several magical creatures have escaped, including an erumpent, a massive, rhinoceros-like creature, and a demiguise, a creature capable of becoming invisible. Newt is alarmed, knowing that these creatures could cause significant damage if not recaptured quickly. At the same time, Tina, a determined yet disgraced Auror working for Makusa, observes the strange events involving Newt and Jacob. Tina has her own reasons for wanting to prove herself, as her career suffered a setback due to a past incident. She arrests Newt for violating magical laws, believing he is responsible for the disturbances in the city. Despite her efforts, she struggles to gain the attention of MACUSA's higher authorities, who are preoccupied with a more serious matter: reports of a dark, uncontrollable force causing destruction in the city. With the magical creatures loose in New York, Newt, Tina, and a bewildered Jacob must team up to recapture them. Their journey takes them across the bustling streets and hidden magical corners of the city. First, they track down the mischievous niffler to a jewelry store, where it has amassed a small fortune of stolen items. Newt uses his calm demeanor and gentle approach to coax the niffler back into his suitcase, showing his deep understanding of its behavior. Next, the trio heads to Central Park, where they encounter the erumpent, a massive, horned beast that is both powerful and potentially dangerous. The erumpent is in the midst of a mating dance, making it difficult to approach without risking a sudden charge. Newt performs a comical yet precise dance to lure the erumpent back into the suitcase, showcasing his expertise in handling magical creatures. Jacob, though initially terrified, begins to admire Newt's dedication in the fascinating world of magical beasts. As they continue to retrieve the escaped creatures, they are joined by Queenie, Tina's sister, who is a skilled legilimens, capable of reading minds. Queenie quickly takes a liking to Jacob, whose charm and kindness shine through despite his confusion about the magical world. Their growing bond adds a touch of romance and warmth to the group's adventures, as they face both the magical and mundane challenges of the city. While the group focuses on capturing magical creatures, a darker force continues to spread through New York. Makusa is deeply concerned about an obscurus, a destructive entity formed when a young witch or wizard suppresses their magical abilities. Newt explains that obscurials, usually children, develop these dark forces due to fear and oppression, often leading to tragic outcomes. Tina, sensing a connection between the obscurus and Credence, a troubled young man who is part of the anti-witchcraft group led by Mary Lou, becomes increasingly concerned. Credence, abused and oppressed, struggles with his own repressed magical powers, making him vulnerable to manipulation by Percival Graves, a high-ranking Auror at Makusa. Graves, however, seems to have ulterior motives, as he seeks to harness the obscurus for his own dark agenda. As Newt, Tina, Queenie, and Jacob continue their mission, they navigate through various hidden magical communities across New York City. They visit the wizarding speakeasy known as the Blind Pig, a dimly lit and mysterious bar run by a goblin named Narlac. Narlac is known for trading information, and Newt hopes to learn more about Credence's whereabouts and the obscurus that has been causing havoc. The atmosphere inside the Blind Pig is filled with magical intrigue. Fairies fly overhead, wizards gamble in shadowy corners, and magical drinks glow with eerie colors. Narlac, wary of MACUSA's ongoing investigations, is hesitant to help Newt and Tina. However, after some bargaining and a bit of gold slipped his way, he reveals that Credence has been hiding in the subway tunnels, trying to escape both MACUSA's Aurors and the abuse of his adoptive mother, Mary Lou. The group rushes to the subway, hoping to find Credence before it's too late. Newt, who has grown increasingly sympathetic towards Credence, understands that the obscurus is not merely a dangerous entity. It is a manifestation of Credence's pain, fear, and longing for acceptance. Tina, who has felt a strong connection to Credence from the start, tries to reassure him that they can help. As they search, they encounter Percival Graves, who has been tracking Credence for his own nefarious reasons. Graves, a powerful Auror with a commanding presence, is determined to use Credence's obscurus as a weapon against MACUSA's restrictive laws. He believes that the magical community should no longer hide in the shadows but instead rise to dominate the no-mage world. Graves manipulates Credence, exploiting his desire for validation and family. He promises Credence protection, but only if he fully unleashes the obscurus. Credence, caught between hope and despair, finally gives in to Graves' influence. The obscurus erupts from within him, turning into a massive, swirling vortex of dark energy that spreads through the subway tunnels and the city streets above. As the destructive force escalates, Newt and Tina bravely confront Credence amidst the chaos. Tina, with tears in her eyes, tries to reach the human side of Credence, pleading with him to stop the destruction. Newt, who has a deep understanding of magical creatures and their complex emotions, attempts to connect with the obscurus itself, seeing it not just as a dark entity but as a being in pain. However, MACUSA's Aurors arrive with orders to eliminate Credence at all costs. Led by President Serafina, they unleash a barrage of powerful spells, causing the obscurus to writhe violently, lashing out in desperation. Newt tries to shield Credence from the attacks, but the intensity of the magical battle makes it nearly impossible to maintain control. In a shocking twist, Newt uses a spell to unmask Graves, revealing him to be Grindelwald in disguise. Grindelwald's true identity shocks everyone, including the Aurors and Tina. Grindelwald reveals his ambitions to create a new world order where wizards rule openly over no mice. His charismatic yet menacing demeanor exposes the deeper dangers facing the wizarding world, as it grapples with whether to coexist peacefully or assert dominance. Grindelwald is finally captured, but Credence, consumed by the obscurus, seems to be lost amidst the chaos. In the aftermath of the battle, MACUSA's Aurors detain Grindelwald, who is taken into custody for trial. The wizarding community is shaken by the revelations of his infiltration and the power of the Obscurus, a stark reminder of the consequences of magical suppression and prejudice. President Serafina addresses the magical community, emphasizing the importance of maintaining secrecy to protect both wizards and no-mice. Meanwhile, Newt is filled with sorrow over Credence's apparent death. He understands that Credence was a victim of circumstances beyond his control, and his heart is heavy with the knowledge that the wizarding world failed to protect a vulnerable young man. Tina, who had tried desperately to save Credence, shares in Newt's grief. Despite the loss, Newt remains hopeful that understanding magical creatures, and obscurials like Credence, can one day bridge the gap between wizards and no-mice. As Makusa works to erase the memory of the magical events from all no-mice involved, Newt realizes that Jacob's memory will also have to be wiped. Queenie, who has developed a deep affection for Jacob, is heartbroken by the decision. In a poignant moment, Queenie kisses Jacob in the rain, knowing that it will be their last memory together. Jacob, standing in the rain as the Thunderbird's magical storm envelops the city, slowly forgets everything he has experienced in the magical world. Before Newt departs for Europe, he leaves a case of Akami eggshells for Jacob, a valuable gift that allows Jacob to open the bakery he always dreamed of. The bakery becomes a success, with Jacob unknowingly incorporating designs inspired by the magical creatures he once encountered. Tina and Queenie watch from afar, holding on to the hope that one day the divide between wizards and no-mice will lessen. As Newt boards his ship back to Europe, he and Tina share a quiet farewell, filled with unspoken promises of friendship and future adventures. Newt's suitcase, still filled with magical creatures, represents both the beauty and complexity of the magical world. He leaves New York with a renewed sense of purpose, to continue advocating for magical creatures and to protect those who are misunderstood. The film has been praised for its imaginative world building, breathtaking visual effects, and the themes of acceptance and empathy. It holds an IMDb rating of 7.3, and is available for streaming on HBO Max and Amazon Prime. Guess the movie in comment section. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please show your support by liking, subscribing, and commenting below. Stay tuned for more thrilling content from CinePreviewHub.